Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Sacred Partnership Summit, where we are helping feminine leaders date for divine union. And I have Lorii with me today. Hi, Lorii.
Hey, how are you, Emilia? I'm so excited to be here. Thank you so much for inviting me.
I am so happy to have you. I can't wait to dive into this with you because you're our only matchmaker that's come on. So I'm excited to chat with about everything from your point of view. But I just want to tell everybody a little bit about you. So, Lorii Abela is a board certified NLP practitioner. She's a success coach and she's an soulmate expert and professional matchmaker who helps successful executives who are lonely, frustrated, and burned out from online dating sites. Oh gosh. Yeah, there's a lot of those, I know. This saves times, makes them happy, and gets them into mindset to actually meet a quality relationship. And that happens 93% of the time. Wow, Lorii, that's amazing. She's a 5 times international best-selling author with her debut published book, Sexy Secrets to a Juicy Love Life. Ooh. She's also a TV host and producer of Matchmaker Secrets and Ready, Jet, Set, Go, which are aired on Can TV, Chicago, Roku, and Firestick. And I'm going to put her link below, but she's offering a complimentary matchmaking addition into her database to you. If you'd like to do that, I'll put the link below. Hi, Lorii. So good to have you.
Yes,
Thank you
yes,
for
I'm
being
so
here.
excited. As I was saying earlier, I am acknowledging you for all you do because, women of the world needs this. It's not just only the people who
Yes,
are in the United States, all over the world, because it's not only
all
the
over the
people
world.
in the United States who are having a problem. It's a worldwide problem, finding love.
Yeah. Yes, thank you so much. It is a worldwide problem. And my intention was to just show a model of wait, we can have healthy relationships. Here's all these feminine leaders and masculine leaders who do. So thank you for standing with me in that. I want to first dive into something that I know it's really important to talk about, and every expert has given their thoughts, but I want to ask you, what do you see are some of the most common mistakes that successful career-driven women make when they're looking for love?
Yes, that's a very good question. And I really love it because, I'm sure a lot of people will learn. Those women leaders, you need this. So, as much as we're very successful, the idea though is that we are over prioritizing our career. So, how many people have you seen
Mm,
who are, leaders in the industry, but they're women? Because gone are the days that the women are staying at home. So now they can be CEOs, CFOs, or COO. So all of those chairmanship are, being handled by women nowadays. And so women don't just work 9 to 5. They work long hours now. They can be working 16 hours or more because they want to prove that they can also be like somebody what a man can do. And so the
mm,
problem with that though is that we don't have any more time in order to nurture relationship and meet other men or whoever we want to meet. And the problem though is it's also encompassing all the other areas of your life because you're only thinking of your career. So what happened to the other aspects? Even your friends doesn't have any more time for you. I've seen that a lot, that women don't even have friends because they're just busy nowadays. People are just in front of the computer. And then also the idea that there's also the uh, compartmentalizing success. So that means that they're putting themselves like lower or downplaying themselves their successes because they want to be liked or they want to be loved because they think like, okay, if a man will actually find that I have all this success, they'll think like, okay, it will intimidate the man and we cannot blame the man. But of course, if that's the case, then you're not having authenticity. And another thing is the high expectations. How many people do you know have a big laundry list? It's very, very long. And so they want to check it one by one. And then it's like swiping left all the time as well. They think there's always somebody better, whoever's in front of than the person in front of them. And so they don't focus on who's in front of their nose because they're always looking, okay, there's somebody much, much more better than this guy. And so and sometimes like it's also stopping you to meeting that person who actually has more probability of connections with you, because like you've always ignored that possibility of that person in front of you. And then of course also the idea of ignoring compatibility. So sometimes people see, okay, this person has a lot of things which are in common with me, like they have their career and education and their values, and then also the personal compatibility. But sometimes like if they're ignoring those kind of things because they're missing something, as I was saying, they're always looking for the greener um, pasture. So the tendency is that there's a mismatched relationship because like it's not happening for them. And then the last one for that is the fear of vulnerability. So we are power leaders, and so the tendency is for us like, okay, I don't want to tell this guy that I'm actually like fearful of such and such, like that's weak. And so like what's gonna happen, like it's not actually helping you develop deep connections. So I want to just put it out there, all those I can go on and on, but I just want to prioritize all those things that I have said earlier, because I want the women, in order to realize, okay, where am I at right now, where am I going? So assess yourself, like where are you going, like are you do you want to be, forever single in your life? You don't want that. There's somebody for you.
Mm-hmm. Wow, that sounds like a lot to like if I can totally imagine how if a woman is showing up into the dating world with all of that, there's just like no way she's gonna meet her guy, right? So yeah, definitely. Those are situations that are important to speak into, especially for feminine leaders. And it like at the end it is important. Like it really is. I mean, it's just like a practical thing. It's like if do you want to be single or not? Right? Like if you don't want to be single anymore, then like anything in life, right? We have to change something. We have to take some action. It's so basic. Like I feel like it's so basic, but I think we skip even over that sometimes, right?
Yes.
So I love that you're bringing us back to like the very basics of this is what it is. So then you talked about the authenticity. So yeah, how can it's hard to have, especially with like the online apps and all the ways that dating is happening these days. How do you recommend that women keep a sense of authenticity?
Yeah, we go back to basics. Like you cannot lie to yourself. So, like if you cannot lie to yourself, just practice it the same time as well to the other person. So, like, just be genuine. So, like present yourself as who you are. I know that it's always been like the first 3 months you're putting your best foot forward. Like it's men and women do that same thing. But the thing though is that have some authenticity in yourself, and then like love it for who you are, because like you cannot change yourself. Like you can change yourself for the better, but just also acknowledge your flaws, and then do something that can actually enhance you to be lovable, because like everybody, men and women, just want to be loved. And so you also have to be able to communicate openly. So because when you are communicating openly, you have the feeling like, oh my God, I can trust this woman. She's very, very beautiful inside and out. And so, like, once you have forged that connection, like, wow, a lot of things, like, can happen, and just be open about it. And so, like, when you think about it, a lot of people, like, they have also ignore being open-minded. You'll never know what's going to be out there. Just like you embrace somebody who is a Hungarian, and so that means that, okay, you're open to new culture, you're open to new way of living, and then you're open to, like, exploring not only the United States but all over the world, because like now you don't have this idea that, okay, the world is so small. Now you have a wider perspective that this is what it is. Like, the world is much more bigger. And so if you're always limiting yourself to what is over there, like, in your presence, then, like, you are probably stopping a lot of opportunities coming to your life. And so also I want to be able to recognize also that people also have to set realistic expectation, because like as I was saying, you have a very, very long list. Imagine that very, very long list. Is it really something which is possible? What are the chances of that person who's also looking for somebody who has a long, long list is matching what, you have in your personality? Like if the guy is looking for somebody who's very, very beautiful, but also like probably speaks several language, or maybe you don't have that, and so like you're already out of the uh, chosen person for that person. So like just minimize a little bit what is needed as compared to what you want, because like sometimes like what you want is not something which is really, really important. The most important one is what's inside rather than like what's outside, because everybody's gonna have wrinkles. Everybody is gonna be having like a sagging breast. So it's a natural phenomenon, and a man is gonna be balding. So like how can you stop that? It's not gonna happen. Like just embrace life as it be. Like you can have the best things in life, but it's not gonna be lasting forever as far as like physical attributes. Whatever is like inside, you have developed that from 0 to 7 years old, because that's the time that you were absorbing all those values that it's needed for you in order to flourish. So if you have been a good person, the chances of you being a bad person is not going to happen. So just be much more open to what is inside, and then like of course like prioritize self-discovery, because like obviously if you will actually be able to find out what are the things that I can do for myself, like what will make me much more knowledgeable. So if you need help, like just ask for help. If there are a lot of people who are psychologists, dating coaches, even matchmakers, even sex therapists, because like you never know, you might be lacking something which is important in a relationship, and even especially like a communication specialist, because you'll never know how you've been talking probably to your staff at your office is the way that you also talking to your potential partner, so it's not gonna work. Thank you.
And how did you discover this, and how did you like apply it in your own life? I'm just so curious.
Yeah. So like, a lot of people have been asking me like, how did you actually ended up finding your soulmate? So for me, I set an intention. I want to meet him in 30 days, but I met him in 28 days. So the idea though is like, you have to prepare yourself, and believe it or not, the idea is to stop looking. Because like, sometimes if we're always focusing on, okay, this person is not here, this person is not here, this person is not here, then subconsciously it's being instilled in your mind that, okay, there's nobody here. So you're always, broadcasting to the universe, there's nobody here, there's nobody here. So that's becoming your reality. So you have to actually like, do the work in order to figure out, okay, how can I manifest faster? How can this person show up faster? Like, do I need to do some improvement, or like, doesn't necessarily mean everybody has some baggages or something, but it's just a matter of like, tweaking it to the, particular percentage that it will work for you. So I started to write books, so that when I met my husband, I said to myself, if I can help myself, I can help others. And so I started like, coaching people, and also started like, having my own TV show. And so, yeah, it's just like one of after the other, it just show up. And so,
And how did you meet him?
yeah, like I set an intention, as I was saying to you, and then
In 28 days.
yes. And so for me, like, I had a friend who was asking me, okay, let's hang out on this on a Saturday. So it was a particular Saturday. She said, like, she's going to art exhibit. And I know that the art exhibit is nice, but the problem is it's in the south side. In the south side of Chicago is not a good neighborhood. And I said to myself, okay, I can drive myself there, but I still have to walk. I don't want to be walking when it's a little, dangerous. And so I have another friend that I met like a month prior. And then he's a guy, he said that he's hanging out with some friends, and they're going to have some drinks in the lounge. I don't drink. But I said to myself, I'd rather be safe than, go to that south side. Like, you'll never know. And so I went to that drinking place, and I don't drink. So I just ordered cranberry juice so that there's some color in it. And so, like, lo and behold, my friend brought a couple of other friends and some girlfriends. And this guy that I met, became my husband, the one that he who is a friend of his.
Wow. Congratulations. And
Yeah.
you were able to manifest that in 28 days.
Yes, yes.
Wow, that's amazing. I want to tell everybody where they can connect with you. So below this interview, I'm going to put Lori's link so that you can, if you'd like to get on her matchmaking database. Lori, it was so good to have you. Thank you so much for coming.
Yes, of course. It's my honor in order to help you for your cause and also to help other women. Thank you.
Thank you, Lori.